Do 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 do. Josh's Order Corner.
That's me. Sometimes they come back. And that's a Stephen King short story and movie adaptation. And it's true in books that are published. Sometimes they will go out of publishing and then they'll come back. And luckily, we have Richard Chismar at Cemetery Dance who will let us know when they're coming back. That's why we have this right here. Because what is in this box that I'm going to tell you all about was brought back to publication and I snagged it. It is a soft cover. It's like a very soft cover. It's like a flimsy cover. That's okay, because we're just glad to have it. Look at this. Reading Stephen King, edited by Brian James Freeman. Oh, wow. It's so crisp. It has a picture of Pennywise himself in the sewer reading it. The dude has 37 years to catch up on his reading. Let him have it. Stephen King has inspired millions of readers with his writings for more than 4 decades now, and this special volume of essays gathers together some of his high profile fans to discuss why they love reading Stephen King. Many of these fans are acclaimed authors of fiction in their own right. Some of them have written insightful books about Stephen King's work, exploring how King's natural storytelling gift has allowed him to create stories that reach people in every language around the world. A few of them have even written, produced, and directed movie adaptations of King's most acclaimed works. Inside this book, you will join Clive Barker, Stuart Onan, Richard Chismar, Frank Darabont, Stephen Spignesi, Justin Brooks, Tony Magistral, Michael R. Collins, Rocky Wood, Robin Firth, Kevin Quigley, Hans Akaleja. I remember. It's been a long time since I've heard that name. Billy Chismar, Jack Ketchum, Bev Vincent, Mick Garris, and Jay Franco as they discuss their love of reading Stephen King. Brian James Freeman is the author of The Painted Darkness, Blackfire, Blue November Storms, More Than Midnight, Weak and Wounded, Dreamlike States, Lost and Lonely, The Halloween Children with Norman Prentice, Darkness Whispers with Richard Chismar, and Walking with Ghosts. With Richard Chismar, he is co-editor of the acclaimed Dark Screams 10-volume horror anthology series published by Random House imprint Hydra. Hail Hydra. He has also edited the Halloween Carnival anthology series for Hydra. Brian is a general manager of Cemetery Dance Publications and the publisher of Lonely Road Books. He is also the founder and publisher of Books to Benefit, a small press specializing in special limited edition books to raise funds for good causes. Woo! Visit him on the web at brianjamesfreeman.com. I want to know how to get involved in like proofreading, proof editing, reading. This is a terrible thing to say I want to do after trying to read that, but reading like audiobooks and stuff like that. That sounds rad. I want to do that shit. Inside of this book, sometimes you go back, oh, that's so close to the reference I made to begin with. I didn't know that was the case. With Stuart Onan, afterward for the 30th anniversary edition of Christine, Introduction to Knowing of Darkness. Spock's not the only one who can mind meld. Disappearing down the rabbit hole, the politics of being Stephen King, the adventure of reading Stephen King, reading the lost works of Stephen King, twins and twinning in Stephen King's Dark Tower novels. That'll be a cool one. King since Scribner, being a non-U.S. Stephen King fan. The role of God in Stephen King's desperation. That sounds interesting. From a Buick 8 by Stephen King review, that I will say is not my favorite book. So I'll be curious to hear what Jack Ketchum has to say about that. Living in a Web of Mystery, The One That Got Away, My Accidental Obsession with Stephen King, Stephen King's Celebration. The One That Got Away, Mick Garris. Mick Garris he directed The Stand, the original TV adaptation, which was phenomenal. So I'm curious what that'll be all about. But here you have it. There's a link down below. I don't know how long this will be available. I'm looking on their website now. It is still online. $14.99 gets you this book, and you can read what all of these influential individuals have to say about Stephen King. That's all I got for you on this one, guys. That's it. Until next time, be nice to each other. Don't be a Richard unless you're Richard Chismar.
Do 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 do.